So the third topic regarding the nature of human wisdom is that wisdom is used as political astuteness. So the first subtopic is that wisdom brings political success. Proverbs chapter 21 verse 22 says, "A wise man scales the city of the mighty and brings down the stronghold in which they trust." Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 14 through 15 says, "There was a little city with few men in it, and a great king came against it and besieged it, building great siege works against it. But there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city, yet no one remembered the poor man." Isaiah chapter 10 verse 13, "For he says, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom I have understanding. I remove the boundaries of the peoples and plunder their treasures. Like a bull I will bring down those who sit on thrones." Moving on, the second subtopic of wisdom as political astuteness is that wisdom in giving political advice. Genesis chapter 41 verse 8 says, "So in the morning his spirit was troubled, and he sent and called for all the magicians of Egypt and all the wise men. Pharaoh told them his dreams, but there was none who could interpret them to Pharaoh." Another example of wisdom in giving political advice is Esther chapter 1 verse 13. It says, "Then the king said to the wise men who knew the times, for this was the king's procedure toward all who were versed in the law and judgment." Third example regarding wisdom in giving political astuteness, Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 57, "I will make drunk her officials and her wise men, her governors, her commanders, her warriors. They will sleep a perpetual sleep and not wake, declares the king, whose name is the Lord of hosts." In that same subtopic of wisdom of giving political advice, there was an example in David's counselors. First Chronicles chapter 26 verse 14, it says, "The lot for the east fell to Shelemiah. They cast lots also for his son Zechariah, a shrewd counselor, and his lot came out from the north." Also in First Chronicles chapter 27 verse 32 to 33, Jonathan, David's uncle, was a counselor, being a man of understanding and a scribe. He and Jehiel the son of Hakamani attended the king's sons. Ahithophel was the king's counselor, and Husoi the Archite was the king's friend. A third subtopic regarding wisdom as political astuteness is that there wisdom in government. There's an example in Genesis chapter 41 verse 33 to 36. "Now therefore let Pharaoh select a discerning and wise man, and set him over the land of Egypt. Let the Pharaoh proceed and to appoint overseers over the land, and take 1/5 of the produce of the land of Egypt during the 7 plentiful years, and let them gather all the food for these good years that are coming, and to store up the grain of authority of Pharaoh for the food in the cities, and let them keep it. The food shall be reserved for the land against the 7 years of famine that are to occur in the land of Egypt, so that the land may not perish through famine." Also, wisdom in government regarding wisdom as political astuteness, you have 1 Kings chapter 5 verse 12, "And the Lord gave Solomon wisdom as he promised him, and there was peace between Hiram and Solomon, and the two of them made a treaty." And then the last example regarding wisdom in government as political astuteness, Daniel chapter 2 verse 48, "Then the king gave Daniel high honors and many gifts, and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon, and the chief prefect over all the wise men of Babylon."